right, hey everybody. Hello, hello. How's it going? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you're having a great day and you're able to at least get a phone or a video chat or something like that with your son or daughter or mother. If you are brand new here, my name's Kelly Weiler. I'm the owner here at Girl Upcycled Studio, located in Zanesville, Ohio. So I thought I would come live and just have a fun little upcycle today. This is kind of a thrift store find or something that you can do with maybe an old lamp that you have at your house to give it a new look. So that's what the little demo is going to be today. We are doing, we being me, or I should say we, because I just left my computer at home and my husband ran it in for me. So there was a we in this today, but I am doing a like a 30-day live. So I will be live every single day for 30 days at 2 o'clock, both here on YouTube and over on Facebook. So I hope you have time to tune in and see all the fun little activities that we're going to be doing and demos and art and all that fun stuff. So say hello. I'm not real sure. I see a few of you coming in, but I don't see any comments yet. So this is what we're going to be working on. Let me change my camera just a smidge. Hopefully you can see okay. All right. So this is actually just a pretty old, I don't know what year I bought this. This is something of my own. And I've had this for quite a while. Hello, Karen. I have my glasses on. I think that says Karen. This is a pretty old lamp, and it's pretty dreary looking. It needs a little bit of sprucing up. And I am in the middle of changing up my decor and my paint and all of that at home. So I'm changing up my color scheme just a little bit. So it's really not too bad of a lamp, but it's just kind of out of style. It's very, I don't know, what would you say? Late 90s, early 2000 maybe. So I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna take the little light bulb out so I don't break it. Put that aside. And today we're gonna work on the base. So what I wanna do is I wanna brighten it up. It's pretty dark and dreary and all that good stuff. So I think I'll just take a little bit of paper towel. I'm going to cover that wire so that the wire doesn't get paint on it. Yes, my mama is beautiful. Yes, you must have saw my picture that I posted of her today. She is. She's so sweet too. Hi, sis. My sis was going to come in today and go live with me, but I'm going to try to get her in sometime this week. What do y'all think of that? Would you like my sis to come in and chit chat? She has some cute little things she's working on, so I thought it would be fun to get her included, and I'll, a live or two if she wants, if she's not busy. All right, so first thing I want to do is just kind of wipe this down really good. I just have a little bit of soap. I just have Dawn diluted, and it's a degreaser. So really, I just want to kind of wipe it down. It's just a little dusty. Those cats like to get the dust kicked up in the house. So that's what we're going to start with. We are going to be using several colors today, and I will, don't worry if you forget what color I used or if you have questions about it, I will, if you're on YouTube, I will post all the links that go directly to the products that I'm going to use. I want to do pretty bright colors to start with. So I'm going to use the color Liquid Sunshine. This is from the DIY paint line. It's a clay based all natural paint. So I'm going to use that. It's really, really bright. I'm also going to use one of our bright greens from the DIY paint company. It's called Salty Kiss. And that's pretty bright too. I'm going to use a little bit of Old 57 and a little bit of coral, cowgirl coral. And I will, like I said, I'll drop the links to all of this. And I'm going to start off by using, you can do this with any brush really. I have several brushes here in case I want to use multiple brushes. I'm going to start off by using just my regular little chalk paint brush, and it does have some, it's not the synthetic. I do have the synthetic brushes too. This is a synthetic one, and then this is my just the chalk paint brush, and it's a blend of natural bristles as well as a little bit of synthetic, so it'll give you a little more of a texturized finish than the synthetic. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm probably going to use my French tip, use these two for starters, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start with this darker color right off, and it's called Salty Kiss, and I'm going to just start by pouncing it on here. It's going to look a little crazy right now, but I promise you it'll be really cool when I get it done. And I'm just randomly kind of pouncing this on, okay? So we're actually, it's called stippling. So I'm kind of stippling where you're pouncing it on there. I don't have my brush, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read the writing. Sorry, guys. I don't have my glasses on because they shine. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could do full coverage. You could do a full coverage of each of these colors, but I don't really feel like there's a need to. I feel like you just kind of waste your paint by doing it that way. So I'm just kind of doing just random little splotches. Again, this is Salty Kiss. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use Old 57, just one of my favorites. It's nice and bright. Oh, I don't think I need to open that actually. I was prepared today. I got everything ready. Okay, I'll go ahead and grab my little paint pixie French tip, and I'm just going to start pouncing this on, and I'm not going to totally cover up what I just did. You can overlap, but you don't want to cover it up, okay? Completely. What's everybody doing? Are you having a cookout today? Or I know it's a little bit different. I know there's probably not as many people together today at like normal during the Mother's Day celebration. It's just a little different than our normal, isn't it? I told my daughter she could cook for me tonight. I don't know if she will or not. Hi, Judith. Happy Mama's Day to you too, sis. I tried to lure my sis in to coming today. I told her I had some vino. Had a little bit of vino. Okay. It's not really a huge lamp, so. And I want more of the blues and greens dominant in this. This is a very quick way to update something that you either find at a thrift store or find around your house, as I did. This actually is my bedroom. No, it was my bedroom lamp for quite a while, and then I moved it to the living room, but it really doesn't match anything. I'm just now getting my house kind of redecorated, trying to. All right, so that's enough of those two colors. Let's go ahead and throw on a little bit of yellow, and then we'll do a little bit of the coral as well. And then we'll need to let it dry really pretty good. This is a great idea to keep in your mind with anything like maybe a mirror or frames or anything that you find maybe at the restore. You could even do this on furniture if you wanted. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just dip into that yellow. And again, I'm going to start tapping in. I'm not blending it. So the thing is, if you blend it, you're going to lose the vibrancy of the color when you blend, okay? So you're just going to tap it in there. You're going to tap it in and you're going to move along. I know it looks a little crazy right now, huh? I hope you're having good weather wherever you're at. If you enjoy the DIY and the art that I'm teaching on here in the demos, you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so that you get notified whenever I go live. And sometimes I do the edited videos as well, so they're not always live, but there's something for everybody. So you kind of see, you're just kind of randomly adding that yellow. And I'm purposely doing the real bright colors, and you'll find out why here in a second. I've got plans. Trust me. Oh, good. You just got your necklace. That's awesome. So cute. Yeah, she is very good. She's very good at her ceramic art, for sure. I'm glad you're enjoying that. We'll have her on here sometime soon. Okay. I'm just kind of eyeball it. I want little specks of the yellow showing through here and there. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. That's enough of that. All right, so I think I will go ahead and change my brush out for this one. And honestly, this is my old French tip brush. I've had this one the longest, and it's kind of ate up and it's sprawled out more. And it's so funny because I actually like this one. I think it gets better the older it gets. Kind of like all of us women, we get better with age. Let me just pull this closer. Is that better? Hopefully you guys can see it because I cannot read what you're saying. Oh, that's a little bit better. Oh, Karen, thank you. Thank you so much. I've had some people asking about that to purchase. That is I think you're talking about the dolphin painting, aren't you? So I don't know if it'll sell right away or not, but it's nice to have people asking about it. It means that, it's touching a lot of people in some way or another. Bright colors again, guys. I'm going to go definitely if you have any of the the original showing through. You want to make sure it's covered. And just pop it in there wherever you need to. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but you have to trust me on this. You must trust me. Would I ever lead you astray? I would never do a thing like that. Never, ever. Okay. And hopefully my sister doesn't say anything during that part, because we can get into some trouble together. Yay, she'll be in this week. Okay. Yes, the dolphin. That was so much fun to paint. So if y'all missed that, it is on my, it's over on my YouTube channel. And you can see that the process, it is an intuitive art piece that I worked on. And I kind of take you through the journey and explain, and you get to kind of see how the whole process works. Okay. All right, so this needs to dry at this point, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and dry this. And I'm gonna go ahead and take some questions. Thank you, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Just saying hello. Make sure it's nice and dry. Now, if you're feeling really crazy, you could just leave it just like this, and I won't judge you. What are we doing in the Creators Club this Tuesday? Well, first of all, I'm going to have to change the time, because I was like, I'm going to go live at 2 o'clock every day for the next 30 days. And then I'm like, oh crap. Then after I announced it, I'm like, well, crap, that's when I go live in the club. So we'll be doing some nighttime classes in the club. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the abstract, it's not back there, but the abstract floral with the turquoise base. I'm thinking that's what we're going to be doing, because I keep getting a lot of you requesting that. So I think that's what it'll be. Got lots of requests this time. That is one thing, you guys, where she's one of the members, Delilah Design, her name's Tanya. She is one of my members in the Creators Club, and it's a private membership group. It's not currently open. However, I've been telling people, if you do want in, just contact me, because of the quarantine going on. I can let you know, I don't have any problem letting new people in right now. You just need to inbox me and contact me to do that. I'm not really advertising that it's open, but if there's any of you that do want to pop in and create with us, we create live normally every Tuesday at 2. And then sometimes I go live in the evenings with the group, which is what we'll do this time. This is drying really quick. But the thing about the Creators Club is they get to dictate what they want to paint. So we were getting requests for the abstract floral from quite a few of them. So then that's what I put on the list, and that's what we do. So it's a great place to come. It's a safe place, and if there's something specific that you want to learn, all you have to do is just ask, and I put it on the list, and we come up with classes, and we have a lot of fun in there. So right now, everybody has been working on postcard paintings and sending them out to each other, which has been, I think, kind of fun. I heard something. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this. Since this is the clay-based paint, it dries super, super quick. Hello, Lauren. Happy Mother's Day to you too. So you can, this is literally just like a project that's going to maybe take you an hour to an hour and a half, maybe start to finish. So I completely change this in a good way. There might be a couple of little areas that are wet. I think we're good enough to go. Let's give it a try. Okay, so this can be done in a couple of different ways. You could get one of these little liquid dropper bottles if you wanted to and mix some paint up. Or you could get one of these little tiny squirt bottles. You can get these. I just got this from the art from the section at the Hobby Lobby is where I got this. And I've got water mixed with paint, and I'm using vintage linen. And I've got it pretty watered down so that it is like the consistency of like a vitamin D milk. And I'm just going to start squirting it on there. Now, if you don't have anything like this, if you don't have it right now, and you could almost take like your pixie brush, your French tip, and you could make the liquid, and then you could just drop it on with your brush without actually brushing, okay? Just let it do its, let it do its thing. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm getting a little bit on my wire. It does wipe right off, so if it does seem to get on anything. Any questions? Love anything with abstract florals. I know I do too. This will need to dry all the way. So this is why I told you to go ahead and use bright colors, because we're toning it down by doing this. You could do this with another color too, but you want to make sure it's lighter than your undercolors. You could do this with, like, say, a soft light blue of some sort. Farm Fresh, I've done this quite a bit with the Farm Fresh color. That's pretty, it's kind of a nice coverage. Let me go ahead and start drying it a little bit. See, your paint will move around a little bit with the dryer, and that's a good thing. Happy Mother's Day, Heather. So you can kind of do this as many times as you want. I probably could have had a little less water in this one. Let's add a little more. Let's add a little more color. A little more of the white. Just a little more coverage. So you can kind of experiment with it a little bit. Is the best way. Kind of want a little more coverage than I'm getting. Are there any questions? Has anybody else tried this? You could do this on any kind of furniture as well. There, that's a little bit better. Just covering it. You want it to cover, but not completely. You still want to see the little bits and pieces of the color popping through, right? Late to the party. That's okay. Better late than never, huh? Pretty wet. Kind of turns it into a little bit of a liquid pour. So it reactivates all the paint underneath it a little bit. It's like a ceramic. It's one of those cheap little lamps, like from the, I don't know when I bought this, years and years ago. Nothing like waiting on paint to dry. I cannot see. Let me come over. Let's see if I can see. Just had FaceTime lunch with my daughter. Oh, that's a great idea. That's great. So you can kind of, now if you don't like that much color showing through, you can just, you could even go in, let me show you, with let's put this brush. So let's say it's like you don't have a bottle to spray and maybe you want more coverage than what I'm getting. You can either mix your water with more paint, or you can just kind of like dab a little bit of the white on there. But the thing is I kind of like the spraying that I'm doing, because it takes some of the some of those pounce marks away. So it's up to you. There's really no right or wrong way. Just kind of experiment and see. Yeah, it's very wet. I need to let it dry. Hi, Tanya. This kind of creates a film. I would do about 5 parts paint to 1 part water, at least. So I will be, like I said, I'll be live every day at 2. So give me some ideas of things that you would like to see. And I will try to incorporate that in the next 30 days of going live. So if there's something you're curious about on how to do, I always get a lot of requests on how to paint flowers. I get a lot of requests for that. So just, it could be anything. So you can kind of see how it's putting a film over top of all of this. Okay. A few areas I want to touch up. And just kind of doing almost a little bit of dry brushing and filling in. Dry brushing because I don't want to add a bunch of water to that right now. It's pretty wet. I'm just trying to a little more white added. Still pretty wet. Are you going to paint the shade? I am. I can't decide if I want to keep this shade. It definitely needs something. I don't know what I want to do to it yet. I know I said something to Debbie Beard about trying one of the transfers on a lampshade. I saw her do it a few days ago, and I was wondering if it would be possible to transfer with like an iron of some sort so that we wouldn't have to rub as much. And so I'm going to try a little sample on a piece of fabric just to see if it works. And if it does, I might do that on this. We'll have to see. I don't know. It might even work using like a hot gun to release the sticky part of the transfer, or no? If I don't do that, maybe I'll do some stamping using the IOD stamps. I'm almost thinking just, since there's so much color in this, that I could get away with doing just some kind of like, not black and white, but you know, a dark print. Jude says, cool. I'll give you a close-up of the lamp here in a minute. Now, I do want to add some waxes to this. So you do want to make sure it's completely dry. I should have had another project that I could do while this was drying. I didn't think of that. Hi, Sheila. Happy Mother's Day to you. I'm hoping at least by Memorial Day we can like get things back to normal. Have like a regular picnic or something, you know? It's taken a while for this, guys. Sorry. Wasn't thinking about that, was I? How long that would take during a live. This might be a good one to do on an edited video. But I think it's looking pretty much how I wanted it. Let me show you guys a close-up of it. Let me show you. So you can kind of just slightly see the color, but it's not kind of in your face. And then we're going to wax that as well. Not sure how it's going to turn out since it's so fresh and kind of, you do have to be careful when you are, so if you were doing something like this at home, you're going to want to let it dry 24 hours before you start into the waxing process. And if you do wax it directly like I am right now, like I'm not waiting because we're doing a live together and I don't want to keep you here too long, but you want to be very careful and not put too much pressure on it because it's fresh paint and it'll pull off on you pretty quickly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to use these little cheapy brushes that I have. And I've got clear wax. Oops. In there, it got a little bit cold in here, so I think my wax hardened a little bit because it was so cold in here during the night. Okay, so you're going to put a nice coat of your clear all over. To seal it, and you're going to do it really, really gentle if you're doing it directly. If you're doing this at home, wait your 24 hours and let it cure a little bit. Lamp is very pretty. Thank you. Have you done transferring with the crystal chandeliers? With the crystal, yes. Tried the transfer. Wait, you tried to transfer lettering and it was a fail? Wonder why. What happened? Why didn't it work for you? I have tried it before. It was with some artwork. And the artwork that I was doing was, it kind of had like a faded look to it or something. Like it kind of had this antique look about it, which I liked. Is that what it did for you? Okay, so there's that. Let's do some Shipwrecked on this. So if you've not tried Shipwrecked before, here we go. Shipwrecked is a beautiful turquoise wax. If you can see that very well. So that's what we're going to try using. So now you're probably understanding why I went so bright with all of that color, right? To begin with. So we were going to cover it up. Could you, Jude, give me some information on that, on what you had problems with, and maybe I could help you in some way? Or no? I know it did. I mean, when I was transferring, and then you got to rub it off. When you rubbed it off, is that where you had trouble? I'm putting a pretty liberal amount on here. And I'm trying to be careful. Like I said, it's fresh paint. Yes, it was on canvas. Thanks, Martha. Some letters came out okay, but most of them didn't come out at all. So it didn't transfer at all. You let it dry overnight. I know mine, when I used it, I haven't done transfers a lot, but maybe that's something I'll try and see if maybe I can help you a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and It's like a little bit of this paint came off because it's so wet. It's almost making, it almost makes it look a little bit like stone. I'll give you guys a close up here in a second. And maybe you want some of it to come off. Maybe you want to see some of that dark color. So if that's the case, then you want to add more pressure to it. You guys see that okay? You can see some of that color coming through. It kind of just makes it look like it's got years of, like it's been painted and chippiness and all that loveliness. I don't know, I may want to, I'm gonna go ahead and see. I'm gonna grab some of my paint again. Some of my white paint, and I'm going to go ahead and tap it. I know, and this is where I kind of feel like I'm breaking the rules, because they always tell you can't use paint over top of wax. Well, here's the thing. If you're going for kind of an aged, chippy kind of look, it's not going to hurt it any. It's just going to, something on a lampshade, you're not going to have a lot of you know, people using it. It's not like you're painting a cupboard, right? You could even put white wax over top of this, would do the same thing, which I should have done because I have white wax. Just kind of tapping in over top of that wax. You're just kind of creating layers is what all you're doing. The different textures, the smooth and then the textured. So you just want to kind of play with it to where you get it. I kind of know in my mind what I want it to look like. It's kind of meshing right in with the wax. It's kind of cool. You have a new project. This was so fun to watch. You like the cotton candy effect? Yeah. By all means, that's, you can leave it there at that point if you wanted to. I kind of like the little, I like it to look like it's been aged, and like there's chunks and layers coming through. I don't know, but I like it better than it was already. Better than the original. So way better. Right. And then if it gets, you can just keep going back and forth. If it gets too much, if I feel like I'll probably wait and I'll look at it when I come back in. I like to kind of give my eyes a rest. And then tomorrow, if I look at it and I feel like it needs a little more of something, then I'll add it. But I'm pretty happy with it. Okay. Do you add clear wax before you add color wax? Yes. Yes, I do. And the reason I do that, and I always teach people that are beginners to do that just because it gives them more control. So the paint is very porous and matte, and it pretty much just sucks up the first layer of wax that you put on there. So if you put wax on the first time, it'll just kind of absorb the clear wax, and then you'll go over top of it with whatever colored wax, including antiquing wax, and it won't grab on you. So if you don't have that layer of clear and it grabs, it's going to look like it's kind of dingier or maybe a little dirty. And maybe that's the look that you want too. So it's all about knowing how it works, right? And I always tell people just to jump in and try it out. You can always get some spare piece of wood, or you can go to the restore and get like they have cabinet doors there that are great for practicing on. They're like $3. So grab a couple of those doors and have them just to practice on. So I'm going to show you guys a close up so you can kind of see the last layering. Those last layers that I did. So you can still see little bits and pieces of all of the color that I put in there. But it's very muted, right? I am debating on a little bit of, I might try a little bit of dark wax on here too. Let's just try it. If I don't like it, I can change it. Thank you, French Studio. Let's see. Let's just do a little bit. I feel like it needs a little bit of the dark wax. And I'm going to go with the dark wax, and I'm going to go in all of the corners. And I'm kind of just pouncing it in there, okay? Thank you. I'm not afraid, like I said, I liked it, but kind of like curious to see what the dark wax, let's see what the dark wax does. Because you're still going to see all of these little nooks and crannies, right? Looks like I just scratched it a little bit. Let's see. I'm making a mess. So this video is really just about making a big old mess today. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not hating it. I'm not hating that at all, guys. So I'm going to go for it. So tomorrow's live, I'm probably going to be, and I don't know if it's going to be this lampshade, but I'm probably going to be either painting a lampshade or a ball cap tomorrow. So I want to get some more ball caps painted for the next sale. Those always do really well. So I need to figure out what kind of design, if you were to have a hat, what kind of design would you like on your hat? How about I just ask all of you? I'm just kind of pouncing this on here. Any ideas? Karen says she would like flowers on your hat. So it's cute too. It's a purple hat, like the one my sister had on. No, it's a trucker hat. I have to look at it close up, but it's kind of like a really pretty purple color. So yeah, I'm thinking it needs to be something that accents really well with the purple. So we'll do probably some greens and blues on it. Yeah. Okay. I think that's enough. What other ideas for hats? I know I've done feathers. I've done flowers. What else have I done on a hat? Remember. Don't be shy. So like I said, you guys want to wait 24 hours because it's really starting to, some of it's coming off because where I keep going over it and pulling it. But I'm not really hating that. But to be quite honest, I don't mind a little bit coming through, but you just need to be aware of that. And also I normally use a lint-free towel rather than my paper towels because they're softer. The paper towel has a little bit of pattern on it, and so that's a little rougher than my little towels that I normally use. Anyway, that's pretty cute. I'm not hating it. I am not hating it. So I'll give you a close up. And like I said, if you need to change things, just change it up. Like if you need to add more, turquoise, add the turquoise wax. You could lighten it up a little bit more. You can see it. I caught it with my fingernail right there. So it just has a little more. Yeah, but kind of brings out the details. It brightened it up a little bit. It still looks old. Looks like it has a lot of layered paint to it. Are there any questions about this project, by the way? I would love to hear about some of your projects that you've tried. Maybe you have already tried this at home. I'd love to hear about it. Other than that, gang, we will see you back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And like I said, I'll either be painting either a baseball hat or a lampshade. That's probably what we'll be doing. So hopefully you can tune back in tomorrow at 2. Meanwhile, you guys have a nice Mother's Day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.